Used to rush to work and have no time for fun and spend half of my life on full highway.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today I decided I wanted to do a little bit of baking. It is a rainy, gloomy day. We are in the house as usual. Not like I was gonna go anywhere anyway, but we're kind of stuck in the house now. So I decided to do another little addition to the series of videos I've been wanting to start. I already did one about making pasta from scratch. Today we are doing sourdough discard oatmeal and chocolate chip cookies. I've been wanting to make these for a while and just have been too lazy. I kept procrastinating. Plus, like, I didn't want to make them unless I was really in the mood for them. So today I'm ready to make them. It's super dark, so if the lighting's a little funky, I apologize, but I do have my trusty little light here to try to make things look a little less dark. Juliana, my 2-year-old, will probably be in the video a little bit because today she will not leave me alone. So we're gonna just have some fun in the kitchen. Let me say, I've never made these before. I'm doing more and more sourdough discard recipes because I do have quite a bit of discard that I would like to use up, and they're just great for so many things. I can even make bread with that, which I am probably going to do either today or tomorrow. Okay, so we are in my kitchen. I have all the things laid out. Let me show you. On my counter. There are a few ingredients you are going to need. Most of you probably already have this in your house if you're interested in trying this. I will leave the recipe. I found this recipe on a blog, I believe. I will leave that in the description down below if you would like to try it out for yourself. There's a few variations I had to make because, for example, the recipe called for dark brown sugar, something called dark brown sugar. I do not have dark brown sugar. I have just like regular brown sugar, so I'm gonna be using that instead. And then it called for unsalted butter. I only have salted butter, so I'm gonna use that. I think it'll be fine. And so, you know, the thing about baking is that, like, yes, it is kind of an exact science, but you can also work with what you have in the kitchen. It's not like so strict that you can't swap out certain things for other things as long as they are like equivalent to each other. I'm gonna be reading the recipe from my phone. I took screenshots, and the website is actually called makeitdough.com. Again, I will leave that in the description. So I'm gonna be reading from my phone. The first step actually though, we gotta head over to the stove. Okay, so first it wants me to put the butter in a saucepan and then slowly brown it. So the butter, we want it to be brown. It says put it on high to medium heat. So it's about 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna put the butter right in there. Okay, there we go. And the recipe says it should take about 1 to 3 minutes for it to get a little bit brown. Assuming that's correct, the next step is to add in the ground cinnamon. It says about half of a tablespoon, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this. Now we're gonna go back over to the island and get the rest of the ingredients together. We are on to the next step. Now in this bowl is gonna basically be all the rest of the ingredients. So like I just showed you, the butter and the cinnamon is in the saucepan on cooling down on the stove. Now we're gonna do the flour. The recipe says all-purpose flour. I only have red flour, so that's what I'm gonna use. It's close enough to it. So we're gonna do a cup of flour. We need half a teaspoon baking soda, and it said like a pinch of salt, but since the butter already has salt in it, I'm gonna leave that out. Next I add the brown sugar. The thing I hate about brown sugar is that it gets hard, so I had to take like a tenderizer and like break it up. It's still kind of lumpy. So we're gonna work with it because that's all I can do. All right, so the brown sugar goes in. Next, need a cup of regular sugar. I have organic cane sugar I'm using. We need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, the sourdough discard, we need 1 egg, and then 1 just the egg yolk. That's like the last of my oil. I had exactly 1/3 of a cup of oil. Just gonna mix this all together till it is a smooth little batter or whatever. Okay, now I'm adding in the butter cinnamon mixture, which I think I was supposed to do that in a different order, but same difference, I think. It's all going in the same place. All right, this is the texture it is for now. It is pretty smooth. Now, here's the most important part, the oats. That is where the true yumminess comes in. I love oatmeal cookies. So 3.5 cups of the oats. I just use Bob's Red Mill Organic Old Fashioned. Can you even see that? Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, I think I need to switch to a wooden spoon. It's kind of weird how the kind of spoon you use, like rubber versus plastic versus wood, makes a difference. Now I need to do the next important part, and that is add the chocolate chip. It doesn't really give you an exact measurement because it's just basically saying like you can mix in whatever you want. I'm doing chocolate chips, so it's up to me, I guess. God, it's so warm in my kitchen. It's like melting my chocolate chips. Let's just go with it. I think I'm gonna do 2 cups. My chocolate chips are melting. They will come out. Okay, that should be enough chocolate chip. I'm just gonna make sure we combine it really well. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I like to clean as I go. So the cookie dough is done, and I'm gonna clean up this mess so that we can go on to the next step. Like most baking, you need parchment paper. So the instructions say get 2, where's my other, hold on. Somehow I am missing one of my bigger baking sheets because there's one that's bigger than this one. So we're gonna just work with what we have. So this recipe says you need 2. This box is like destroyed. It says you need 2 because you only want to put 10 balls of cookie dough on each one. You don't want to overcrowd it because they have to spread. Oven is at 375. That's where you want it to be at. And then we're just gonna get a large spoon and start portioning them out. Okay, so I have them all done on the cookie sheets. I actually ended up having a little bit more cookie dough left because I could not find my other bigger cookie sheet. So we're just gonna work with this. However, for some reason, the recipe says to cook them 1 batch at a time. So I'm not gonna put both pans in for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just gonna follow what it says so I don't mess it up. So it just says put one in the oven, put the other one I think in the fridge or put it aside. And then when that one's done, you can swap them out. So what I'll end up doing is after they're both done, I will make the rest of the cookie dough, which is just gonna be probably like 3 or 4 cookies worth. But yeah, let's pop them in the oven and see if I did this right. I'm like shiny because it's so hot in my kitchen right now. So it says bake until cookie edges are slightly browned and crisp. The center is soft but not wet. 10 to 12 minutes. Let the cookies cool on the baking sheet for 5 minutes before moving to a cooling rack. I don't have a cooling rack. That won't be happening. I'll let them cool off on the cookie sheets. So 10 to 12 minutes, these should be done. here we go. So good. So good. Not overly sweet, which I'm happy about. This is so bright. Came out really good. Not too sweet. Perfect amount of like oatmeal and chocolate and cinnamon. And the best part is that they are way healthier than store-bought cookies. Store-bought cookies probably have like 15 to 20 different ingredients, whereas this are just the ingredients that you saw. So in comparison to store-bought cookies, these are very clean, no preservatives. You can use organic everything. Like I use a lot of organic stuff if you want to. Of course, they're cookies, it's sugar. You don't want to like go overboard, but you definitely can feel better eating this as opposed to something from the store that has a bunch of ingredients and preservatives and artificial stuff in it. So I highly recommend. So I'm gonna give some to my kids. Julian was asking for one as soon as they were done. I'm gonna give one to him. I'm gonna let Juliana try one. And then the rest we'll just have to nibble on for the next week or so. I still have like the last batch, which is 4 of them in the oven. And when it's done, I'll let them cool. I'll put them all in this plate. I'm gonna end it here. You wanna try a cookie? So anyway, thanks for coming along with this little experiment in the kitchen today. I hope it was as fun for you and interesting to you as it was for me. Again, like I've said, I will leave the link to this recipe below. That's about it. We're gonna chill and then I'm gonna prep dinner and then we're just gonna enjoy our evening. So thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram. That info is down below and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.